This new ChatGPT tasks update is wild. ChatGPT isn't just answering questions anymore, it's running your life like a boss, as I'll show you today. You can automate everything: meal plans, weekend ideas, stock tips, even Netflix recommendations, all 100% personalized to you. It's like having a $100,000 per year assistant that never sleeps, never forgets, never quits, never complains, or even asks for a raise. It's basically a life hacking wizard. And why would you pay hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on apps for productivity when ChatGPT does it all for you and saves you hundreds of hours? This is the future. It's absolutely bonkers. Your brain isn't ready. Let's go. So inside ChatGPT, what you're going to do is navigate over to ChatGPT tasks, which you can see right here. So it says GPT 4.0 with scheduled tasks. It's in beta right now, but it does work pretty nicely. So for example, here's one of the prompts that we're going to test out. And this is just taking things to another level, because the thing about ChatGPT tasks is that it has a lot of potential if you understand exactly how to use it, which is what I'm going to show you today, along with some more intricate prompts. So for example, we're going to say now, every Monday at 10 a.m., suggest some weekend activities in Singapore based on the weather forecast. Now you can customize this to whatever date, time, or location you're in, and then you can put some information about what you want to do. So for example, I enjoy outdoor activities, nature, trying new things, budget around $500 per day if you're feeling generous there. And you can always change that as well. And then no clubbing or large crowds. I haven't drunk alcohol for 10 years. And I'm out the game. Shout out to the sober gang. And now what you can see is that is scheduled in right there. Now, if you want to test this out, if you want to just see the output before you schedule it in, what you can say is, in 1 minute, suggest weekend activities in Singapore based on the weather forecast. We just delete them like you can see right here. And you can see some of the stuff already set up, like journals, news briefings, writing blog posts, etc. Like you can do all of that whilst you just sit back and do something else completely, right? So you can not just automate your tasks or automate them in a recurring way, but you can do all of this while you're completely offline in nature, doing whatever you want to do using that prompt before. So we're going to delete these tasks. Now you can see how easy and quick it is to do. And also if you want to edit any of these tasks, you just click on edit like you can see right here. So if we go back to the chat now, so if we say in 1 minute, suggest weekend task, just see what it looks like, right? Because you might want to test that prompt before you actually make it live so that you can make sure the outputs are actually useful. Then it'll come back to you and say, sure, I'll suggest some activities in a minute. Now, there's two ways you can set up the tasks. So if you want reminders to your emails, you can set it up. And if you want reminders via notifications, just go to your settings, then go to notifications. And inside here, you can just change them, right? So for example, inside notifications, we can select email, push notifications. Push notifications means basically you're going to receive a notification on your desktop, or if you enable this on your app, if you enable push notifications on your app, then you'll get notifications on your phone as well. Now, also what you'll see inside the task section, so you just go to your face in the top right, then go to tasks. You can see completed ones. So you can see previously completed notifications, what happened, how it happened, what you got back, etc. Right? So here's an example. This is a notification we got. It will say task update, right about the latest AI SEO news. Then we've got the email from OpenAI. It's giving us the details of the task, the prompt, etc. And if we click on view message, we've got the daily prompting, right? And then if we actually click on this, you can see that this is an update from this week based on the latest news. You can also see, for example, we've got other related AI developments. So for example, this was from January the 15th. We've got another one here from AP News. This was created on January the 15th as well. So it's pulling in the latest news, which is pretty useful as well. It looks like it's using the search feature. Here's another example. So it reminds us to learn Spanish. It says it's time to practice Spanish in Spanish right there. If we click on view the message, it's giving us a reminder. We'll say, let's go. And then it's like, right, let's go. What activity or topic do you want to learn about today? And what's also cool about this is that you can get a level of personalization that you would never find anywhere else. So for example, there's not many apps that are actually going to specify all the things that you have right here because it's such a refined, detailed prompt. And if you need something to pay attention to detail, if you want things exactly the way you want them, then ChatGPT is going to be far better than any sort of notification that you get on your phone. So for example, if we say every Friday at 9 a.m., create a weekly meal plan with grocery list. I prefer Italian cuisine, no seafood, cook for 2 people, 5 dinners, each under 45 minutes prep time, right? Like even an executive assistant, a human one will probably struggle with this, even if you were paying them top dollar, to be honest with you. Like if you have high standards in terms of the personalization and the tasks that you have to be automated, then ChatGPT is going to be able to do that without the complaining, without getting tired on the weekends, without getting burned out, without forgetting anything that you potentially could get with a team that you have working for you. And then you can see we've got the reminder and the task. And the cool thing about this is inside ChatGPT, it's actually filled in all the details. So it said, create a meal plan. Here's the instructions. Here's a weekly schedule. Saturday, 9 a.m. You can change this to annual, monthly, weekly, daily, custom, etc. There's just so many use cases for this if you have the right level of creativity, which you can only get by practicing and testing this out. And by the way, some of these ideas that we got today were from Alvaro Cintas. Definitely check him out on Twitter. He actually came up with some awesome ideas like you can see right here. So for example, curated news summaries at 8 a.m., personalized weekend activities, meal plans, daily stock market analysis, learning a new language, etc. The difference between this and say like your typical app or your phone notification is that you get this tailored to you and it's custom written for you. Now, the thing is, right, it comes to like writing articles. Let's say you got a blog, something like this. I mean, you could do it for YouTube content, whatever channel you're creative for. Could be Twitter, right? You could, for example, take a prompt like this. It's worked very well for me right here. And then you could say every day, 9 a.m., so you make sure it's on time every time. Write an article for one of these keywords, and you plug in your keywords right here. So let's just take a random sample of SEO keywords. We'll copy those. We'll plug them into ChatGPT. Obviously, that's not the way you should do keyword research, but I'm just showing you some examples. And then to create the article, use this prompt and insert one keyword from the list above here. Then write the content based on the below, right? And then we've got all the details of the content, how to write it. We can include some source context. So for example, some information about me, who I am, my brand, etc. And you can do this for your business too. And then each day you're going to get a personalized article written on autopilot based on your keywords, and you don't have to touch or think about any of this. Now, this is typically something that someone will pay an AI assistant to do for you, but you can just get it done automatically. It's kind of like having a make automation running in the background, except you don't pay for the API credits. It's running all the time and it's super simple. Now, if you want to test that straight away, we could say, okay, starting in 1 minute every day, write an article for one of these keywords. We'll plug that in. It's creating the task. We set up the task and we're good to go. Now, the way that I see this going is that this isn't really about automation. Let's call a spade a spade. This is about moving into the agentic era of ChatGPT. Because the CEO of OpenAI, Sam Altman, actually talked about this recently. And bear in mind, like this is only the second birthday of ChatGPT. Like this is right at the beginning stages of this company. But basically, not only are they confident knowing how to build AGI, but they believe that in 2025, we'll see the first AI agents enter the workforce. Now, if we look at ChatGPT tasks, yes, it might not blow everyone's socks off just yet, but if you pair this with something that can use your browser, which I've covered in other videos, and now you've got an assistant that can actually complete a lot of data entry, use the whole of the internet independently, automate tasks for you, what's the real difference between something like this and using a virtual assistant or an executive assistant online, right? There's not much different. And bear in mind, this is the worst it's ever going to be. This is literally right at the beginning stages. Imagine how wild this trip is going to get over the next year, over the next 5 years, because this technology is moving so quickly. You know, I mean, for example, Sam talks about it here, but he says, this sounds like science fiction right now and somewhat crazy to even talk about it, but they're basically turning towards something that looks like super intelligence. Here's another task that we can automate, and this is again from some of the prompts that I showed you earlier on on Twitter. But basically, you could say, for example, every other day at 6 p.m., provide me with 3 movie and TV show recommendations matching my preferences. Obviously, ChatGPT has a memory, so it knows you, it knows what you like, what you don't like, what personalizations you like. And also, it's included some instructions here on like, I'm interested in psychological thrillers, sci-fi documentaries, avoid horror or romantic comedy. For each recommendation, include where to stream it and its average rating. So you can just Netflix like a savage right now. And honestly, all these sort of mundane decisions, you can just automate on autopilot on a recurring basis to save you a ton of time. Now, if you actually want 100 use cases for ChatGPT's new tasks feature, which you can see right here, feel free to get that inside my free SEO course, link in the comments description. This comes with over 215 lessons on how to use AI, AI agents, AI SEO, keyword research, loads of ways to diversify the traffic to your business so you can grow it as well. And that's inside my free course, link in the comments and description. If you log in, go to the AI agent section, then go to ChatGPT tasks, you can get free access to all of that. On top of that, you'll also get access to 50 free SEO tools, 200 free ChatGPT SEO prompts, a free AI SEO course, and a community of 3,000 SEOs that you can ask for help on AI, SEO, etc. And if you want to get a free one-to-one SEO strategy session that shows you how we take websites from 0 to 145,000 visitors a month and generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales on autopilot, feel free to get that link in the comments description. We'll give you a free SEO domination plan, so you'll get a custom tailored link building plan so you can generate more leads, sales, and profits from your website. You'll discover the secrets of SEO link building, we'll answer any questions you have one-to-one. You'll learn the best link building strategy for your website, plus how to quickly outrank your competitors to link building and how to 10x SEO traffic based on what's working for us. Feel free to get that link in the comments description. Appreciate you watching. Bye bye.